Okay, thank you for watching, guys. Today we are going to review the human lightning rod part 1. Mostly what I want is to go over the vocabulary so that you are able to use some of these words. Okay, so let's begin. So the focus is to learn how to say each word before the red parentheses and fill in the blanks. Of course, if you don't have the word, you have to know how to say it. So if you know how to say the word probability, then you can spell it, right? The way, if you can say the word, you can spell it. Even if you spell it wrong, it's okay. So if I know the word is probability, then I say right? Yes, and you know, even if you get a few letters wrong, it's okay. If you say okay, that's not right. That's not right, but it spells probability. So this word, which is wrong, this word, this is wrong, but it still spells probability. So knowing how to say a word is important. Is more important than knowing how to spell it, because if you can say it, you can spell it. Okay, and so you spell it wrong, and then you slowly realize, oh, you know, it's not, you know, it's not an e, it's not an e over here, it's an I, and so on and so forth. Okay, probability. Okay, good. So I'm gonna read it again, and then we'll see if you give yourself a test and see how many words you can come up with. Okay, all right. The human lightning rod. What is the probability, chance, odds of being struck, hit, impacted by lightning? Okay, what is the probability, which means chance and odds, probability of being struck, being hit, being impacted by lightning? Okay. Studies have shown that in a lifespan period of time, a period of time of 80 years, the probability of being struck by lightning is 1 in 10,000. Okay, so let's continue. 1 in 10,000. So being struck by lightning is indeed, in fact, to tell the truth, a very rare, low probability event. Okay, so being struck by lightning is indeed, in fact, to tell the truth, a very rare. Rare means low probability. A very rare event. Okay, it is indeed a very rare event. Not to mention, I'll just write you the Chinese because this is a direct translation. Not to mention being struck 7 times. Okay, not to mention. That's exactly, really, indeed, to tell the truth, because to tell the truth means indeed, and therefore indeed means exactly. Okay, so that's exactly, indeed, really, to tell the truth, what happened to Roy Sullivan. Roy was a park ranger in the United States in the span of 36 years, from the age of 30 to 65. Roy was struck by lightning 7 different times and survived. He was injured. He was hurt. Injured. He was injured all 7 times, and his hair was set on fire. burned with fire 5 times. Okay, injured, hurt. Okay, all right. So let's give ourselves a minute and then to review, and then we'll go on and do it together, and then we'll do some in class. Probability, chance and odds, right? Probability. Struck, being struck, being hit, being impacted by lightning. There will be a picture of a lightning bolt. Span, period of time. Indeed, in fact, to tell the truth. Rare, low probability, not to mention a direct Chinese translation. Exactly, really, indeed, to tell the truth. Injured, hurt, and sets on fire, burned with fire. Let's see. It's easier if you do it in context. I'll show you what I mean. Let's begin. Okay. The human lightning rod. What is the chance of being hit by this thing? All right. So what is the first word? What is the what? What? You have to say it. If you can say it, you can write it. What is the probability, right? What is the probability? What is the chance? What are the odds, right? The probability, right? Probability. If you can say it, you can write it, okay? So what is the probability of being hit by lightning? What is the word for hit? Impacted, hit. Struck. Struck by lightning. Light, L-I-G-H-T, everybody knows that. And then ning, simple, right? Yes. Have some confidence, have some 自信 in what you're doing, okay? All right. Studies have shown that in a life period of time, right? In a life period of time, what's the word? Span, right? If you can say span, you can write span, right? Yes, in a lifespan period of time of 80 years, span of 80 years, the probability of being struck by lightning is 1 in 10,000. So being struck by lightning is, to tell the truth, indeed. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. D-E-A-D or D-E-D? Okay, you spell it wrong. Indeed, D-E-A-D. So what? Right? Yes. You spell it wrong, and then, oh, look. You spell it wrong, and then Google tells you, oh, it's wrong. Well, it didn't tell you it's wrong, right? It's wrong, so you next time you remember, no, it's not D-E-A-D, it's D-E-D. What's the big deal, right? You spell it wrong, it's okay. You still spelled indeed, okay? Remember that. I wanna make sure that you guys understand that. Spelling something wrong is not a crime. It's okay to spell it wrong, all right? You spell it wrong the first time, you correct it the second time, it's still wrong, you correct some more, and slowly you get to the right answer. So being struck by lightning is indeed, to tell the truth, a very low probability event. What is low probability? Rare. It is a rare event. Okay, rare. Okay. All right. And what is the Chinese for? What is the English for 更不用说? 3 words. Not to mention. Okay. So not to mention being struck 7 times. That's indeed. Fine. You're right. Indeed is okay. I don't blame you. That's indeed what happened to Roy Sullivan. Same meaning, but we already did indeed. So what is another word for indeed? Well, that is in fact. I can say in fact is right here, right? So what is yet another way to say indeed and in fact? To tell the truth, okay? It's right here. So what is yet another way to say indeed, in fact, to tell the truth? Exactly, right? Okay? Exactly. Okay, you spell it wrong. So what? So what? Right? That still says exactly. It's right. Okay? Right? So you do that, and then Google tells you it's wrong, and then you go back and you fix it. That's all, right? All right? So there's no Z because, and then, that's a C. Like that, okay? What I'm saying is, 拼字 is not important, okay? You get it exactly right, 不重要, right? It's important to know how to say the word, and then you spell it the way you say it. That's exactly what happened to Roy Sullivan. Roy was a park ranger in the United States in a span of 36 years, from the age of 30 to 65. Ray was struck by lightning 7 different times and survived. He was hurt. Like this dog is, right? He was hurt. What is another way to say hurt? He was injured. 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 That's wrong. Ah, okay. So it's not ER, it's UR. What's the big deal, right? Injured, right? Okay. So he was injured all 7 times, and his hair was burned, right? His hair was burned. Burned by fire. Let me write that down, because it will help you. His hair was burned by fire all 5 times of the 7 times that he was struck by lightning. Burned by fire is what? Set on fire. Voila, that's it. Okay. So if you can do that, that's great. If you can't, no big deal. Putting more vocabulary words in your head is important, right? And right now, perhaps you have 1,000. Your English would be a lot better if you have 1,500, and 2,000, and 3,000, and 5,000. Okay, so and also knowing how to use these words. We will use these words again, okay, to practice some translation using these words. All right, and let's see, there's 10 of them exactly. When I see you later in class, so practice this, read it, practice this. I will ask you these questions in class. Okay, I will ask you how to do that, and remember, focus not on how to spell the word, how to ping, focus on how to say the word, because I promise you, if you can say it, you can spell it. Okay? Yes? So if you can say the word struck, then you can try to say struck, right? Then you can try to not say it, you can try to spell struck, right? But if you can't say it, then you have no chance. If you can't say it, then everything is just a bit. Then you have no chance of knowing that word. Okay? You have to know how to say it. Okay? All right. Well, the 原型 of struck is strike. All right. So thank you for watching, and we will be doing this for I hope you watch it, and then try to remember the story, or know when to say what words, right? Chance and odds means probability. And we can say probability, you can spell it. Okay, so I'm going to erase it so you know that when I see you in class, what you will be faced with, what you will need to do. I'm going to ask everyone to be able to write these words down. Again, 拼错没有关系. I don't care if you spell it wrong, as long as it is 不要差太多. It is not too crazy, that your spelling is not too far off. Okay? If you spell something that doesn't look anything like it, then that's a problem. Okay? But I'm sure none of you will do that. Okay. Thank you for watching. I will see you soon.